Agenda item 15 is consideration of adoption of Bill number 473, an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 11, Section 4, entitled Definitions, amending Title I, Chapter 11, Section 9, entitled Appointments, amending Title I, Chapter 7, Section 4, Subsection A, entitled Appointed City Officers, Terms of Office, Compensation, Severance Pay, and other matters properly related thereto. Ms. Hunt.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Basically, what this does is add the finance director into the existing ordinance as an officer, because the treasurer is defined by the state as an officer in the city. Traditionally, the finance director is appointed as the treasurer. So staff thought it best to bring this to the council to put the finance director as an officer as well, so that that person will be under the supervision of the council as far as hiring, firing, and discipline. And so staff is recommending adoption after the public hearing.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing at this time on agenda item 15.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. My name is John Williams. I've written an article lately that will appear in my publication in the next few days, but it regards management. And I'm not intending to insult anybody, and I don't mean to, but our form of government here in this city is that we have a part-time city councilman and a part-time mayor. We have one person who is the highest ranking full-time manager charged with managing the affairs of the city. I would encourage you not to continue to diminish the authority that he has to administer the affairs of the city. We either have confidence in our city manager and his decision-making capabilities, or we don't. And to continue to say, well, he's not capable of doing that, we as the part-time citizens who primarily have a lot of other obligations and are not sitting in the management position of the city day after day, hour after hour, managing the operations, to continue to take management responsibilities away from him diminishes his ability to do his job. So I encourage you to trust your city manager and allow him to make these city management decisions. Thank you.
Seeing no further public comment, we'll close the public hearing on agenda item 15. Any questions or comments from council? Councilman Hayden.
Question for our city manager. In light of the public comment, do you have any, do you consider this to be a power grab by the council, or what's your recommendation?
Mr. Mayor, there are other administrative officers that report to the council. Essentially, this ordinance would give the council ultimate authority to hire and dismiss the finance director, just as it does with, the council has that authority to do that with the city clerk, police chief, fire chief. As a practical matter, management, day-to-day management of responsibilities for that department would still fall under me. I think the only difference here is that with making the finance director administrative officer ultimate authority to hire and dismiss, rest with you, everything else is in my bailiwick.
Councilman Hayden.
Does legal counsel have anything they want to add to that?
Thank you. Well, I just wanted to reiterate, the reason this is recommended is because under NRS 266, which our city has to follow, the treasurer is already listed as an officer. And traditionally, the finance director has been put in as the treasurer. So the problem that we've seen in the past is you have council and mayor over the treasurer, but the city manager ultimately over the finance director. So we were trying to put the two together, and that's why the recommendation.
Final question. I would assume that those candidates who were interviewed who become the finance director were made aware of this
Yes, they were.
Awesome, James, thank you.
So in essence, we're kind of cleaning up a problem that could occur.
Yes, that's why the recommendation.
Okay. Thank you. Any further questions from council? Councilman Rapson?
Just so I'm clear, we have, under the NRS 266, there's, what is there, 5 positions: treasurer, city attorney, the judge, the clerk, who am I missing? Did they say treasurer? I'm missing somebody else, but those are mandated by state law.
City manager is not part of that.
No.
That's an additional that we can do under
Exactly.
NRS 266.
It states that the mayor and council can list other officers.
Which is the fire chief and the police chief and so on and so forth.
Correct.
Actually, police chief is under us as an NRS.
Oh, that's the other one?
That's the
Okay.
other one, yes.
Back on the same page, thank you.
Anything further, Councilman Rapson?
No, with that, I'll make a motion if nobody else has anything.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Councilman Glidden? Do you have anything? Thought you were laughing at me, which is fair. I move to adopt ordinance 470, ordinance 473.
Second.
You want to read that again? All right. Call for the vote. Motion carries.